Ollie, what are you doing? Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. Well, it's Saturday the 13th of February and I've got a bit of a mammoth sowing and transplanting and potting up session going on today, so I thought I would take you along with me. So the first thing I am going to do is to pot up these shallots. They're called Yellow Moon. And I tried shallots last year, not very successfully, but I thought I'd try again just with sets rather than from seed. So these shallots are Yellow Moon, as I say, and I'm going to put one in each of these little cells, or quite big cells actually. I'm going to keep them indoors somewhere coolish until they sprout, and then we'll see what the weather's like, but I'll gradually transition them out into a grow house for a while until at such time as we can get them out into the ground. So there's a variety of sizes here, but the main thing to be careful of is that there is no sign of mould or anything. There's a wee mark there, but it's not mould, I don't think. So yeah, and obviously the basal plate at the bottom and the pointy bit at the top. And I'm just going to use my trusty dibber just to make a bit of an indentation, because we're going to set the shallot in there like so, and I don't want to sort of force it down, or else you can damage the basal plate if you hit a hard bit of soil or whatever. So I've got 10 of them. I don't know whether all 10 will be okay for planting. We'll soon see. There's a little one that seems fine. Sublime to the ridiculous again. Look, here's a very large one as opposed to that one that was a dinky one. So I'll just make a little indentation for them. Littler one again. So they can. Now this is I'm sowing into a multi-purpose peat-free compost that has a bit of vermiculite put through it. Is that? No, I think it's just dirt. Okay. It's got some vermiculite through it just to lighten it up. My favourite pastime is putting vermiculite into compost, you would imagine. Right. Yeah, and I dampened it slightly, but didn't make it too wet at all. Right, we've got 4 left. Hopefully all 4 are going to play ball. Yep, that one's fine. These are smaller ones, but that's okay, doesn't matter. Small one, another small one, and another small one. So it's as simple as that. Popping the shallots, sitting them nicely in some compost. We'll wait until they've rooted and they've sprouted, and I will pop them then out into a grow house, by which time hopefully this really, really cold weather that we're in the midst of at the moment will have eased off a little bit. I think in about a week and a half's time we're going to be up above freezing day and night, certainly for a while, so that would be great, and I can pop them out into the grow house. And if it does look as if it's going to get really freezing again, I can either bring them in or I can just pop them under some fleece. So let's get some labels on and pop them somewhere on a window ledge somewhere to sprout. So I'm going to try something a little bit different with some of, well, my first early potatoes. And I'm going to see if I can get a head start with them by actually planting them individually in pots so that I can actually get them going and get small potato plants. And at that point, hopefully the weather is going to be conducive for me popping them into larger pots and growing them on from there. I'm not doing it with all my potatoes. It's a bit of an experiment, really. I already put some potatoes in pots, but that was because they had sprouted wildly. And I thought I either throw them out or I put them in pots just to get them growing on. But these ones are only just starting to chit. If I show you, they're, excuse me, they are Duke of York. And you can see that they're only just starting to chit. So I could actually leave these for a little while to chit more. But what I'm going to do with these ones, they're earlies, I'm going to put them each in a pot with some compost, and I'm going to see if I can get them to grow into small potato plants and then carry on from there by putting them in large 30-litre pots or whatever method I choose to do later on with them, which it'll be pots of some size. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get some compost into the base of this pot. It's bigger than I wanted it to be, this pot, but I just don't have any of the size that I was looking for. This is probably, I don't know, 6 inches even, 7 inches diameter. Okay, so I've got a couple of inches of compost in the bottom. I am going to, now how many chits do we have here? I've got 2 fairly large chits and a little cluster there. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to pop this in. I'm then going to cover it with more compost, and this is just a peat-free multi-purpose compost. And that's all I need to do. I'll pop a label in it, and when I start seeing some activity, when I start seeing the haulms coming up through the top of the soil, I'll know that there's something happening there. I'll also keep an eye on the bottom to see if there's any roots coming out, and I'll make sure that I water from then on as soon as I know that there's some activity there. But I don't actually have to water immediately because the potatoes got the moisture in there. So I'll give it a little while and then I'll start watering it, and we shall see what happens. Now you can see that's got a sort of a larger chip there. I don't really need that because I've got these neat little ones there, so I'm just going to break that one off. So that we've got sprouts coming of the same time, the same length and the same strength. There we go. Now one of the main challenges doing this is space, so I'm not doing it with all my potatoes. In fact, this will be the last one of these that I do it with. I've got a couple left that I'll chip normally, and I can make a comparison to these ones. But yeah, these 4 I should be able to find space for them and see if they give me a head start in a potato crop. Okay, so that's 4 pots. I'll pop a label in them. I'll pop them somewhere, if I've got a window ledge that I can just pop them on, and we shall see how they go. I guess I don't really need to pop them on a window ledge until they start showing the sprouts, so it might be that I just sit them somewhere that isn't in direct light until the potatoes pop up through the earth. So I've got a, I'm not really sure where I'm going to put them is the bottom line, but I'll put them somewhere. And once we get the plants coming through the soil, that's when we'll need to make sure they get plenty of light, they get lots of water, and we'll take it from there. Okay, now I have got a number of seeds that I am going to sow. I'm going to sow them all in a sowing compost, seed sowing compost that's got vermiculite mixed in, and it's mostly flowers, but I'm also going to put in some more celery. I sowed some celery last weekend. I've got another celery that I want to sow this weekend. This one's called Blush, which looks quite sweet. It's got a sort of pink tinge to the base of it. So, and these will end up being grown in pots, I believe. How many seeds does it say are in here? It does not tell me. It does not tell me. But it doesn't feel like there's that many, to be fair. But they are small. Let's see. Actually, this is the one I'm going to sow celery into. They are little rinky-dinky seeds, celery seeds. Let's see. Oh, there are quite a lot of seeds, but they are tiny. So let's just lightly broadcast them. I don't want hundreds, but they are little tiny seeds. So that will do. I should get a few from there. This is celery Blush. I've already got the labels in there. And I'm going to just pop a little bit of vermiculite on top. They are tiny seeds, so I don't want to overdo it. And just press down. And I'll just lightly dampen that. The compost is slightly damp anyway, but I'll just lightly dampen it from the surface as well. So, one down, that is celery Blush. Now I'm going to put in some African marigolds. And you can see what they look like there. In fact, I may use that little tag as well. I don't know whether I'm going to put all of these in. Oh no, there's still tons. I sowed some of these last year and grew them on. They were lovely. I think marigolds, the seeds look brilliant. They're sort of long. Can you see them there? So, I should be able to be reasonably accurate with these. I'm sort of putting in maybe, I don't know, 20 or so. That'll do. There we go. And again, the trusty vermiculite. I can put a little bit deeper covering of vermiculite because these are larger seeds. There. Give them something to grow up through. So next we are going to, oh, that's the wrong way around. We're going to put in some asters. And this is aster palette mix. And that looks, again, a nice pretty set of flowers. I haven't grown these ones before, so that's quite exciting. Asters, not too tiny, but not too big either. And they're going in here. So again, I'll just broadcast a little. I've just split this half tray into two because I didn't want to do a full tray of anything. Should I put more in? Maybe a little. Maybe a little. I hope I didn't drop one in there or I'll be getting mixtures. There. That'll do. So that's aster. Next, Rudbeckia. Now there's actually 3 varieties of Rudbeckia I'm going to put in. This first one is daisies mixed. And Rudbeckia are great because they give you some late flowers. So daisies mixed. I don't expect I'll have too many in here because this was a free seed packet with a magazine last year. In fact, I can hardly feel any. Let's just see. Oops. Jeepers. Oh no, there's 2 in here. There we go. Just enough, I think, for sowing this half tray. And I'm just sort of flicking them off my hand. I think there's a couple more there that will get out the packet. It's great getting free seeds, but you don't often get that many. Okay, so that's those sown. Let's just make sure the seeds are in contact with the compost. Right, last 2, more Rudbeckia. This one is called Marmalade. I sowed this last year and got some nice flowers from it. Again, this was free seeds, so was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't free. I'm just seeing the others 5,000 seeds, so no, we didn't get 5,000 seeds free last year. So this is Marmalade, so it's going to go in here. Yeah, we've got quite a few there. You can see the little dinky tiny ones. Such tiny seeds, and you end up getting really robust plants that cope with really crazy autumn weather here in the west of Scotland. So I'll just pop those in, and I've still got plenty for another sowing maybe next year. I don't imagine I'll sow any more this year unless these ones flunk, but hopefully they'll be fine. So here we have Marmalade. Okay. And last in this batch, these look fantastic. This is a Rudbeckia all sorts mixed, and it looks like you get some really nice flower heads in here. I grew something similar, I don't know whether it was this exact one, a couple of years ago, and you just cut them and cut them and cut them and have some fantastic flowers. So, how many have we got in here? I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, sealed in this seed packet. It says easy open on the packet, but no. Right. There we go. Yeah, not tons, but again, there we go, some seeds. I just noticed, I'm looking outside, it started snowing again. Oh no, I thought we'd got rid of the snow. I like it for a while, but then I just want to get back to my garden. There we go, that's plenty. Should be enough for next year too. So I do love growing fruit and veg in the garden, but I can never be without flowers. So it's great to grow some. Here we go. Right. So, in summary, damp compost, it's seed sowing compost mixed with vermiculite. Sow the seeds, cover with vermiculite, and then I'm just going to give a light sprinkle to get the vermiculite damp so that it doesn't take any of the moisture away from the seeds below. And these will go into the propagator, the heated propagator, and I will keep you posted as to their progress. we go. Okay, I have a cat. Colin, no. 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 I have 2 cats. Up to no good. Come on the chair. Good boy. Go on the chair. That's you. Good boy. Do you want to go out there? There you go. Go on. Oh. There. Well done. Okay, here I have some sweet peppers, King of the North, that I sowed on the 12th of January, and they're ready now to pot on to bigger pots. So I have some multi-purpose compost here with some vermiculite through it. It's a wee bit damp already, and I'm just going to put these peppers into these 9-inch pots. So let's see how we are. Here we go. They're quite big plants now. Actually, not bad roots at all. I think I'll just do it this way. Sit it in, and then pop some compost around and ferment. There we go. One down, 5 to go. I have a kitten that's threatening to jump onto the table, but hopefully he will not. There we go. Here we go. 6 nice King of the North sweet pepper plants. I'm going to pop these back into the propagator just to get them used to their new homes, their new pots, and then it won't be too long, maybe a week, and I will bring them out onto a windowsill that's not drafty, so that they can then grow on from there. No. Okay, here are some cauliflower plants. This is cauliflower all the year round, and they've been growing really well, but they're looking a bit, dare I say, peely-wally. They're looking a bit in need of some nutrients. I think they've probably just got all the nutrients they could out of the little soil in the little cells that they're in. So I'm going to move these on to slightly larger pots now and give them a bit more nutrients where the compost is concerned. I might even give them a seaweed feed because they are looking a bit sickly, to be honest. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. So I'll just take one out and see what we're playing with. I'm just going to use a spoon to get them out of there. Okay, now there's roots here, but it's not exactly root bound. But I do think that they just look as if they need some more nutrients. So that's what I'm going to give them. Okay, I'm going to pop this in fairly deep into the pot and whoops daisy. Hopefully it won't mind. Right, okay, so I think they're going to look a lot better once we've got them into these 9cm pots. So that's what I'm going to do with all of these, and then I'm actually going to give it a seaweed feed as well. I'm going to give them all a seaweed feed, and I'm going to pop them back under the grow lights and see how they get on. Okay, here we have it. My slightly peely-wally looking cauliflower plants. I'm hoping that the next time you see these, they're going to be looking much, much better because they've had a little bit of a seaweed feed and they've been potted on a little bit. And I'd like to think that I can move them from these pots. Next step will be into their final pots or their final bed, but we'll see. I might have to do another transplant as well. I've got 13 of them. Hopefully that's a lucky number, and we'll see how many that we manage to get through to fruition. Hopefully them all. So these are going to go back upstairs underneath the grow lights again, just to get them bedded into their pots and give them plenty of light to grow while they're still indoors.